Hello everybody, educators, students, welcome to JS Technology video number 1. Today we're going to be taking a look at a new coding program called Scratch. Now it might be new to most of you who are watching this video, but for many it's been out for quite a few years. Let's open up our browser and take a look at it, what exactly Scratch is. So the website you want to go ahead to is scratch.mit.edu. When your website loads, you'll see here that there's many options you can click to just go ahead and start creating a program or video or whatever it is you want to create. You just hit the create button. If you'd like to see kind of what Scratch is about and what they offer and what other people, what other coders have done, you can go ahead and click something in this search bar. And at your top right here, there would be an area that says either join Scratch or sign up, stuff like that, sign in. I've already signed into my personal account, so that's why you don't see it here. But I'll make a video about how to create your own account probably within the next day or so. So let's go ahead into create. And just so we can see an idea of what the layout looks like, this is called like the editor screen. And essentially this is where all your coding and whatnot's done. Starting with this top left, this is where you would retitle what your program or coding thing would be called. This is where you see everything happening. This is where all your coding tabs are located. And as you can see, there's many different selections of tabs that you can choose. And then in here is where you would actually be quote unquote writing your code. In this case, Scratch uses the tabs and all you have to do is just drag them in. If you're looking at your characters here, which are called sprites, you can select different ones. If down here at the bottom it says choose from a library that has many different options that you can choose from, and all you have to do is either double click on them or click on them and click OK. So if you were to click on, let's say, this basketball here, we click OK, and then as you can see now we have this basketball that we would be able to code. You can paint your own one, which is basically draw your own one. You can upload a sprite from file, which is like your computer. So if you have a picture or something that you want to use that you've taken a picture of or found on the internet, you could do that. Or you could use your webcam. On this bottom left here, it says stage. These are your backgrounds. So this the same way that you can change what sprites you're using, you can change what background you're using. So if we were to go in here and let's just say this old building. So once we select it, now as you can see that old building is our new kind of background scenery. In order to go back and forth from the two, you would have to program it, which is something that we'll talk about in actually coding like a backdrop in another video. But essentially, that's basically it. If you want to add, your code to your program editor, you just grab stuff and you just slide it across. And the more that you the more that you add to it, obviously the better and the different that your coding will be. But there's many options. I mean, you can make your characters or your sprites move, you can make them talk, you can play sounds, you can have them draw, you can have them spin around in circles. So there's many different things that you can do, and everything is basically it's a freelance, so you can do as you please, and there's no right or wrong because everything is essentially based on what you want to do, which is basically the best part about coding, is it all comes down to what you want to do. So there's no limitation, and it's just if you have an open mind, you can do anything you want. One thing just to remember is that when you are dragging your tabs into your editor coding area, it is from bottom up or from left to right. So if I were to take this across, You see from right to left here, it does not go in, but from left to right, it does go in. And then it doesn't attach to the top. Um, you don't put your tabs in from the top normally, you put them in from the bottom. Although that you'll see the outline does work from the top, it wouldn't make that much sense if you were to come from the top because usually you add your code underneath. But if for some reason there's a spot you think that you want to add a couple things in, you can just slide it inside. So that's it for the first video. Like I said, we'll take a look at maybe building a code, how to import different characters and sprites and changing the backdrops and coding the backdrop in definitely a future video. But just wanted to get you guys started on this. I'm JS and we'll see you guys later.